我们继续游戏。
But he was starting to feel like he was getting the hang of this. There was a way through to victory. He could feel it. He just had to keep running the path of destinies. With that, the book fluttered back to the beginning, and he fell into it. The clouds parted over the Isles of Boreas. It was time to choose. The rebellion was in trouble. Ravens were scouting for the secret rebel base. They needed a game changer. Pieces of the Sky Ripper had surfaced. Bernardo knew that using it could go catastrophically wrong. But he was sure he could figure out how to use it safely. Also, a temple had risen out of empty desert. The Iblis stone was hidden there. It was a dangerous artifact. It could corrupt its user into a bloodthirsty monster.
我想变成一个嗜血的恶魔。
He could find a way to use it, to take its power without surrendering to its wickedness. And also, his old friend Lapino needed rescuing. Of course, Renato had a pretty strong suspicion that Lapino had betrayed the rebellion. But could Renato really leave an old friend to the Ravens?
好了，那我要选择末世。
The island was windswept desert. No one went there except ostriches and ostrich hunters. The Iblis stone. It would whisper promises in his ear, offering power for blood. But this time, Renato was sure he could master it. And so, Renato went ostrich hunting.
啊，我身旁没有酒精，所以没法擦。哎。
Every child could sing verses about the Sky Ripper, but ancient codices held hints of other things. A stone that ate souls, a ruby that drank blood, a jewel only a righteous man could give away. Were all these things the Iblis stone? Long hidden in the buried temple, another ancient item that was only resurfacing now, drawn up from the deeps by the Emperor's horrific rituals? From the mystical east could make time itself slow for you.
好，今天就拿这一把去杀人。哦哟！
What was he doing here? Last time, the stone had fought him for possession of his own soul. They were still searching for a way in. Good. And he hadn't come too late. There had to be something useful in these things, didn't there?
一次超自然的倾泻。 感觉还蛮屌，可以回血。
Every day he was getting better and better.
你很痛哎、
That is a very cool sword, thought Renara. No, seriously. He couldn't feel his paw anymore.
Ding 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 ding. Yeah. Yeah. 诸位，无条件啊！不要被缓人小哎。好像也有人来找这个石头。
A road less traveled.
Nope.
This could be fun. If it wasn't fatal, that is. This was much easier than free climbing.
Go go go！ 冲啊！快点，撞一下玻璃，没有东西，开个宝箱。 哎呦，
Boy, someone has spent a lot of money for a graduation present.
嗯，打开的宝藏猎人是什么？一趴而已，那去睡吧。
There had to be some way to use the Iblis stone. It was old, wasn't it? People are so much cleverer now. And Renato was pretty sure he was cleverer than most people. It was time to turn it into something he could use. The Ravens could not get past this point. Obviously, the temple builders knew how to deal with Tomb Raider.
然后这把剑会让我感觉特别有力量。我说的这把不是这把。
Renato hated cannon traps. Also, who reloaded these things anyway? He never figured that part out. It was a stone of the purest blackness. It reflected no light, like a void made solid. Nervous, he picked it up. Who said that? It was the stone. Eager, thirsty. That seemed tempting and terribly wrong. Zenobia was the Emperor's greatest general and a potent witch. But they had been close once, and he had a sneaking suspicion the gem would try to control him. Why not capture the core of Skyripper instead? It was the eye of a lost god torn out by the transcendent Emperor to power his greatest weapon.
我先去拿轴心，但是我不要，
Said the stone
不要
anxiously.
去提入心灵祥和。
But even though Renato knew how evil the gem was, he had a clever plan for dealing with it. The gem could give great power, but it was evil.
新的。
But Renato had a plan. He would divide the stone into the power half and the evil half. He sought out the sage Calaveras.
Oh, you need a mirror of splitting.
Croaked Calaveras.
I can make one.
Calaveras set up various shiny things. And soon Renato was setting the stone down in the middle of Calaveras' lab. There was a flash, and now Renato was looking at himself. Except with a mustache, and a goatee, and darker hair. There were two Iblis stones. One light, and one dark. Renato took the light one. He felt a rush of great power. Now I can defeat the Emperor. Wait a minute. Unfortunately, he couldn't think of any way to use it without hurting someone. That wouldn't be nice. Give me that, said his evil-looking twin. And he drew his sword. He only got it halfway out of the scabbard when he fainted from the effort. Obviously, Neither weak, evil Renardo nor powerful, nice Renardo was any threat to the Empire. After the Emperor's victory, they were exhibited in a museum until time ended, which was soon after. He had tried something bold and paid the price for it.
Fuck you! Fuck you! 这样结束了，你说右拐，我选
Every
一个。
child could sing verses about the Sky Ripper, but ancient codices held hints of other things. A stone that
我
ate
要重新
souls,
打。
a ruby that drank blood, a jewel only a righteous man could give away. Were all these things the Iblis stone? Long hidden in the buried temple. Another ancient item that was only resurfacing now. Drawn up from the deeps by the Emperor's horrific rituals.
还要重打，白痴哦！我来乱的。
What was he doing here? Last time, the stone had fought him for possession of his own soul.
好啦，这样我这一段就先跳过，然后到选择库这个地方我再回来。好了，我回来了。
Purest blackness. It reflected no light, like a void made solid. Nervous, he picked it up. Who said that? It was the stone. Eager, thirsty. That seemed tempting and terribly wrong. Zenobia was the Emperor's greatest general and a potent witch. But they had been close once, and he had a sneaking suspicion the gem would try to control him. Why not capture the core of Sky Ripper instead? It was the eye of a lost god, torn out by the transcendent Emperor to power his greatest weapon. "It's the core," said the stone anxiously. But even though Renardo knew how evil the gem was, he had a clever plan for dealing with it.
对，然后我就死了，选这个我就死了，真的是。哦 ，fucking doing。这个故事没。
The stone bothered him. He hated being told what to do. Wasn't that why he joined the rebellion? Wasn't that why he'd refused to be a soldier? He'd agreed to come on board only if he could freelance. The stone felt a bit clingy, and he had a feeling it did not have his best interests at heart. The sage Calaveras had told him where to find the Sky Ripper, a weapon capable of challenging the gods. Even without its armature, the core would still possess great power. He would go there. The moment he landed the Farfarer, Renardo had a rare feeling of regret. It's not too late, he thought. He could turn around and sail for Zenobia's island. He frowned. Wait a minute. He didn't want to kill Zenobia, did he? Sure, technically she was the enemy, but they'd been at Swordful School together. They'd never been lovers, but somehow they'd been closer. She'd told him every secret about herself, except the biggest one, that she was the Emperor's daughter. No, kill Zenobia, whispered the stone, before it's too late. Maybe I should follow my nose, thought Renardo.
赢过了啦。来来来来。